Who loves you, baby?
Hi, everyone.
Welcome to TFT. Tarot for today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon
and Banshee. And someone's eating an eclair.
Banshee thought it wouldn't be that messy, but the whole bottom broke open and the cream is flying out of it. So I'm going to need a minute.
Well, let's make matters worse by giving you your Valentine's Day present.
What?
It's Valentine's Day. Happy
We
Valentine's
did not
Day.
Oh, man.
Oh, but it's okay when you scoop me like you did last year?
I did. And now he scooped me.
Turnabout's fair play.
I thought we weren't doing anything this year, Mr. O.
I guess you thought wrong. Come and get your love. Oh, wait, Gina's not here yet. I can't say that.
Eclairs our life, Brittany. And I'm almost
Brittany.
done.
Thanks for joining us. So I'll just gab for a moment. Any minute now, she'll probably do our collective reading. And of course, she will acknowledge my wonderful Valentine's Day present. Or not. But if you're new to the show, welcome to TFT. We do short tarot readings for people in line, so we kind of get you in the order that it comes, and we will call for you. But if you happen to have strayed away from our stream, we may call you once or twice, but then we might have to put you at the bottom of the list. So just the way it works here, because we want to keep it moving.
And I'm writing excuse me,
Yes.
I'm writing the list down as I see it in the chat.
Oh, hi, Gina. You are here.
I am choking on eclair. I'll be right back.
Oh, dear.
No, it's okay. Not dying on it yet.
And she will be right back. I hope she doesn't die while the show's in progress. I'd have to use a Ouija board to get her answers to the other readings. Are you okay? Well, this is slightly different. Honest, if you're new here, this doesn't happen all the time. About 50%. No.
Well,
I think I hear signs of life, so that
that
means...
did not go off as planned.
So we'll let you make your wonderful presence back here again.
That did not go off as planned, people.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I said, this normally doesn't happen. So
Sonali, I'm trying to get the list, and we'll get right to that. Let's see, Gina, Angel. Okay, I've got everybody. I'm pretty sure. Let's see what Mr. O had gotten for me. Honestly, Mr. O, we need to coordinate better here.
did you with me last year?
No, I didn't. I did not.
Do you want to...
Staying in with you is the perfect night out. Happy Valentine's Day. Perfect card, Mr. O. Perfect card.
And so with that, we have your present.
What the? Oh, no!
Show it to the camera.
Oh, my God. The perfect man.
Are you leaving me?
If it's dark chocolate, you know.
It's not dark chocolate. It's
Oh.
milk chocolate. They didn't have any in dark chocolate, so I thought,
see.
well, okay. He's sweet and decadently rich, just how a man ought to be. So that's for you. Love you,
Very
baby.
sweet.
Mwah.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Well, hey, everybody. Our card for the collective for today is again out of the Universal Love deck by Tony Carmine Salerno.
Yes.
Gonna
You
have-
used that for this morning's Material Matters.
Yeah, I did. And I might have used it on Thursday's stream. I'm not sure. If not, Well, yeah, I may not have. I'm not sure. Memory being what it is. Okay,
Alrighty.
Mr. O.
For the collective viewing audience, our thought for the week or day or whatever.
Reflection.
Reflection.
Perfect card for a Sunday. Who doesn't do a little reflection? All right. This is a time to reflect on what you have accomplished to date. Remember what you were like 5 years ago? Perhaps 10 years ago. Look back and you'll realize just how far you've come. Acknowledge the experiences that have helped you get where you are. Hopefully you will see that even the painful and unpleasant experiences have served their purpose. Imagine all your experiences turning golden with time, like autumn leaves falling, then blown by the wind, returning to the earth that nourished them in seasons past. Our experiences become a memory. They help us to get where we are. And that's
so
the thought.
it is. That is the way. So today,
That is the
because
way.
of course this is Super Tarot Love Month and Valentine's Day, I have brought my somewhat romantic tinged Tarot of the Mermaids, that's the Ace of Swords there, to use. But I also have my Nefertari deck, which is this golden jobby, and that's the Ten of Wands. And I have the Tarot of the Cat People. That's the Ten of Pentacles. And of course, I have the Karma Music Tarot. Seven of Coins. Wow, man.
It's real romantic, Mr. O.
Well, one of them was.
So I have what is called, and it's just a nicely colored, with some quips on here, Rider Waite deck. It's the Tarot Sutra. There is the Emperor in that deck.
He's hot.
Well, I like the colorings.
The coloring is kind of neat because it's different.
And then I'm using the Lover's Path one again today by Chris Walter. It's very classical look to it. Here is the Two of Staves or Wands in that deck. And then finally, I mixed it up today. Instead of the other deck I was using, why not bring the Golden Girls Tarot back out for, of course, Valentine's Day.
What was her character's name?
Blanche, is that?
No,
Maud. No, Maud is
Not
her.
quite.
Wait, Blanche is the other one, right? So what is her name? Help.
Help us.
Help us, failing memory people.
Sophia was the mom.
Sophia was
Blanche
the mom.
was
Blanche was
the one. Oh, God, I can't remember.
We don't usually do a lot either, Angel, to be honest.
We don't.
But every so often we do. And finally, my Lenormand for today is
Rose was Betty White's character's name.
Rose, yeah, Rose was Betty White character's name. God, what was her name? I can't think of it for some reason. All right, but anyway, I'm using the Dreaming Way Lenormand, which is just a nice, upbeat-looking Lenormand deck. Kind of light. And that's it. We can get our show on the road.
We should.
I think, let's see, when did Gina get here? I want to make sure I've got her in the right spot.
Dorothy. Dorothy and Rose. Blanche, Dorothy, and Rose. Yep.
And Gina.
Thanks, everybody. You could tell that either we're brain dead or we didn't really watch the show that often.
Dorothy. Oh, God. Yes. And Sonali. Okay, I think I've got everybody. If I've missed somebody, let me know. But here's the list as I have it. Blue Ocean Stars got in first. Libra Cusp. Oluwatoyin, Mama T, Angel Rivera, Brittany B, Comfort K, and Gina and Sonali.
Woohoo!
If I've missed anyone, let me know. I was a little struggling there with my Eclair. Had to have a little chocolate. I did not know Mr. O was buying me chocolate for Valentine's. I might have thought twice about having that eclair.
Well, remember, we talked about it.
Did we?
Well, because you kept trying to get me to eat it, eclair, and I
No,
said,
that's right. And you said no, maybe later. You tried. Hey, Apple and Eve. Hello. Happy
Hi, Apple and
Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Sure, Sonali. I'll write that down. But you're a little further on the list, so we'll get there.
Okay, so we are waiting for blue sky, blue ocean.
Yeah, blue ocean sky. You can stars. You can type your question.
And if you would be so kind as to like our stream, that would be wonderful.
So, Sonali, is she getting married or just about her future marriage? That's one question I
Okay.
have for you if you're going to duck out.
And we got your question, blue sky. We'll get there in a
Yep.
moment. That one sounds like Karma Music Tarot.
And she's a Cancer. Okay. All right.
I think I want to use the Karma Music Tarot for Blue Ocean Sky.
Okay. And let's see what that question is again.
Was there a curse put on me and my maternal family?
Oh, wow. Okay. Yes, no, then first? How do you want to do it?
Mm-hmm. Yes
Let's
or
try
no
that.
first, and then we can take it from there.
We could throw some cards and see what else comes up. All right.
And I like the Karma Music Tarot, but it's even almost too wide for my considerably skilled tarot hands.
Yes.
Or maybe it's the creeping tendonitis or arthritis that's coming in.
Oh, we won't talk about old people things. Too much. God, that's
Oops.
so funny, Mr. O.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is, actually.
And it's not like I bought it this morning at the drugstore or even yesterday. I did buy it in advance of this day.
Wow, aren't you something? Well, I'm putting on my little snow globe here because guess what's coming?
Snow.
I may have to miss a doctor's appointment that's really important on Tuesday, but I may have to cancel it because it's a long drive and we could get up to 6 inches of snow, and I'm not driving in that.
But you'll let me.
Well, I asked if Mr. O could come with me, but of course, because of all the COVID restrictions, he would have to sit in the cold car, and I don't know how long I'm going to be
doing it.
there.
I'm going to do it, of course.
Mm.
Or
We'll
we'll
see.
talk about this. You might not be going anywhere.
We'll just see how bad it is. Yeah. Boy, we don't get snow or very little snow for most of the season, and then all of a sudden in 1 week, we're like going to get a winter's worth of snow, I think, or something. It's crazy.
Oh. Wow.
Well, it does look like it's possible. It's leaning towards yes.
It's leaning towards yes because our marker cards, the two different aces that showed up, sort of indicate that the more aces in this reading, the more likely it's yes.
So
but
the Five of Swords reversed.
Nobody wins.
That's what it sounds like, that this is a no-win situation, even for the person who has done this. It's, you got to be really...
In a broader sense, it could indicate just that there's a lot of strife or bitter emotions and feelings around this whole topic. Like maybe these are people who feel they were totally entitled to do this, all's fair in love and war kind of thing. So I get the feeling like there's just this sense of swirling energies there.
Yeah, so obviously maybe this curse was done longer ago and this person may not even be alive.
Right, I thought
who
that's
did
what
it.
you meant, yeah.
So, but it does seem as though, maybe they're doing this out of a feeling of being harmed by someone in the family, I think.
Long-standing
right.
enmity.
Whether it's true or not, that's how they felt about it, and that's the energy they put in there. But I feel that, karma has its way of playing out on things like this. They might very well have felt some of the ramifications from what they did. So let's throw some 3 cards and just see if it gives us any more information on this curse. Let's use that again.
Thank you.
Oh gosh, Mama T, that is terrible. Yuck.
Oh dear, yeah, be really careful if you have to go out. I hate driving in miserable weather.
Yeah, we were getting snow pretty routinely, like an inch for the last week, but they were clearing it off pretty quickly, so we didn't suffer from bad roads. But I have a feeling this storm might in fact...
Okay, we'll see if we can figure that out, Blue Ocean, in this next part of the reading. They want to know the gender of the person who did the curse, perhaps.
We'll see if we get a clue on that.
Yeah, we'll see what it says there. Because it does look, indeed, like it's most likely true. Okay, so you have the Hermit. That's very interesting. You have the Queen of Cups.
So it could be a woman.
Yes. And then you have the 6 of Wands reversed.
Again, I feel that somebody put a lot of their energy into this thought. I don't know, with the Hermit there. I feel like they really were intensely focused on doing this. But that 6 of Wands, and the Queen, is that the Queen of Cups?
Yes.
They were very emotional about whatever has happened to them, They feel in their own mind that they had the right to do this. I get the feeling. The 6 of Wands, though, indicates to me that there was no real victory for them here. In other words, this didn't do anything to help themselves out.
Yes, I sort of feel that way too, and I do feel the idea that it's female energy here. The Hermit kind of tells me that maybe somebody felt this was really very ultra important. This was like something to literally devote themselves to, this idea of creating this curse or this working or whatever. Or maybe that they felt that really they were justified, that they had gone into their own id and ego, and they feel really justified with this.
Well, and, clearly... So now, there's just how do you break that tie, I'm no expert on some of these types of things. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, if it was just some simpler thing, I would say, do the usual, some sage, some salt and water, some garlic. This might be actually a heavier duty kind of thing to remove as far as a curse goes. Oh, there's that scythe. This is from our Lenormand decks. And then the snake. But
this was a malicious act.
Yeah.
This was a malicious act that was done, and it was meant to inflict some type of, familial harm. I don't want to, get you creeped out by that, because, there are ways to, to protect yourself and try to ward this off. I feel their intentions were not good at all, and I feel that it tended to hurt them as well because of that.
I feel like the snake literally is the person holding the scythe towards them, right? That's how I look at that visually, and I feel like...
Because it's not facing the snake, which is interesting.
So
they meant this harm to not touch them, but to move to you, your family. But...
Another thought is the arrogance, maybe, that this one brings to the card. Normally, I wouldn't associate arrogance with the Hermit, but the idea here might be because it's a person who stands off, stands alone, sort of feels they're different, they're better, they have more knowledge, they have more something. So I do sort of feel there's a sense of self-entitledness, however this happened or why it was caused.
Yeah.
I turned over the cards to look at the bottom card, and I had the reverse Page of Wands. And all I'm getting from that maybe is that this is sort of something really remote that's hanging there. It's sort of like the message from the past that's still there. It has a certain amount of energy, and I just sort of feel like it's going to stay there until we can figure out, or you can figure out what you need to do to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Any thoughts with that?
Not really. I kind of almost feel like for some reason, I know the page is reversed, but I almost feel like maybe this energy is waning a little bit or will wane in time.
And that would come with better meditations on it. Maybe, some sort of attempt to meditate out and think about what the source of this is. Obviously, you don't have enough information necessarily.
Too, maybe to do some affirmative work on forgiveness, and forgiveness to, perpetrator, forgiveness of the family, forgiveness needs to go both ways here because you are not responsible and your family is not responsible, nor should hold the burden of what somebody else may or may be perceived to have done to someone else. It's really not... it should not be your cross to bear. So I would just continue the energy of forgiveness out there. And the fact that it's a two-way street, you want to forgive them and you're asking in return that they forgive you, so that the energies can clear.
Because that Six of Wands reverse, kind of like the Five of Swords reverse, is indicating that nobody's really gaining anything from this. This is just negativity that just spirals on and doesn't allow anybody a chance for redemption or really reflection, maybe.
Yeah. And it would be a shame, if it is somebody who has passed on, if this kind of a thing is holding their energy here, they need to let it go too. Even if they're in the spirit realm, sometimes, of course, people hold on to things and they need to let it go too. And, tell that energy it is okay to let this go now. It's time to release it. Let it go. And that's what we have for you, Blue Oceans. I hope that helps. And Libra Cusp, you are up. And after Libra's Oluwatoyin, Mama T, Angel Rivera, Brittany, Comfort, Gina, Sonali, and Apple and Eve.
222.
Is it 222? Well, it's 223.
That's what Blue Ocean just said. Nice.
What are you doing wrong in your life path? Oh. Well, let's see what the Golden Girls have to say about that.
Oh, I know Sophia would tell us.
All right, Mr. O. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I saw 444 recently too, Gina. It just did on, the clock just yesterday. 444. Well, if you missed it, we had a great past life pop-up live stream yesterday. It was awesome. A lot of fun. You could check out the video of it on YouTube and see if you want to get involved when we do pop-up past life readings in the future.
So this was our third pop-up live stream on past lives. This one was focused on past lives, past loves. But all of our past life things are really fun. People like to watch them even if they're not getting a reading because it really stretches us to kind of throw ourselves out there. And oddly enough, most people seem to relate to what we've told them. What you got?
Well, okay, so she's asking what she's doing wrong in her life path. We have the King, is that King of Wands reversed?
Okay.
We have the Four of Pentacles, is that right? Pentacles reversed.
Uh-huh.
And we have the Five of Swords upright.
Well, there it is again, that one that says that you may have a hard time winning or having a clear victory. Somebody has a victory, but it may be a tainted victory. You win, but you don't really win because the cost of winning was too much in a way or what it took from you. At any rate, the King of Wands reverse seems to say that maybe some of this is what you feel like you attract to yourself. I mean, I'm thinking this is more in your head about how you think you attract things to yourself. It could be possible that maybe you are wondering if you are attracting things to yourself unconsciously, not magically, anything like that, just somehow traits, mannerisms, attitudes just sort of go out there and create a thought about you that maybe others pick up on. Did you want to jump in?
No, go ahead.
So then with that,
put it
Four of
together.
Pentacles reverse says that the other part of it too might be that in some ways you're too giving and that you maybe should be more reserved when it comes to what you share or what you give with others, that maybe you have shared too much on some situations, or that you or maybe in a broader sense it's just saying you don't know where some boundaries are, that maybe some things you understand the boundaries and some you may not, so some of that may be causing your issues.
I don't know. I've had like several thoughts swirling in my head here, Libra. I look at that King of Wands reversed and that Four of Pentacles reversed, and I'm asking myself and I'm asking you, so what power, have you given to others over your life? What power and control, have you given to others and not kept for yourself? This is showing, I think, that you've given up your power to something and you need to get it back, and maybe the Five of Swords is an interesting card to me because, it looks like, yes, there are people dejected and that person is got all the swords there, but maybe it's basically because they were being attacked and they were looking out for their own interests. And so I'm wondering here if you need to get back the power that you have given up to somebody else or some situation.
That's kind of interesting because I do feel that way in general about this card, the Five of Swords, that sometimes it's a matter of perspective.
Yes.
Are you the one being screwed with? Are you the one who feels you need to screw with somebody? And what is all that nuance in between there? Because nothing is ever totally black and white.
Yeah. So you need to regain your self-empowerment. That's what it looks like. And that might be what where the problem rests and lies. Take back control. Don't be at the mercy of externals. Easier said than done sometime, I roll my eyes.
So let's see what Lenormand says.
Yeah.
And I see Estelle has joined us.
Hey, Sal. We'll get you on the list. All right. Well, I don't know if it's a man.
But it looks like a man.
But it does look like a man, doesn't it? And then we have the birds, it's kind of like...
It doesn't look like a duck, and of course that's a bird.
It's kind of like if there is some other individual involved, man, woman, if it's a scenario like that, you need to start expressing to this person, enough's enough, You're regaining control that you rightfully should have over your life and situation. It seems to me that might be the message with those two Lenormand. But what do you think?
I'm wondering if maybe this is a sense of somebody criticizing you and they're not really... Remember I was talking about boundaries? Maybe this is that person who needs to know the boundaries. Or it could be how you engage with this person or this aspect if it's not really a person. And of course, as Banshee mentions, it isn't necessarily gendered male. It could be somebody else. But maybe this is what that enough is about too, or understand boundaries kind of thing.
I'm just looking at your stream because Gina was having some buffering. Everything looks good, though, on your end, doesn't it?
We have under 1% dropped frames. So that's pretty good for us.
So it might be on your end, Gina. Not sure.
You're just trying to leave. You can't. You're not allowed to leave, Gina.
Oh, my gosh. What is that about? I have no idea. So that's what we have for you, Libra Cusp. You are welcome. I hope that helps you. Hey, Oluwatoyin, you are up. It's your turn. And then Mama T, Angel Rivera, Brittany, Comfort, Gina, Sonali, Apple and Eve, and Estelle.
Gina, thanks for that bit about the vultures, too. That is helpful. I sort of was thinking about that myself because it's the person I said that I'm related to, and I do feel sometimes their health concerns me. So I question it, and I just think they never should have made that move to that area. It's kind of isolated them a lot, not just from me, but from a lot of other people. But thank you for looking up and sharing that. Okay.
Well, hey, Divine You. Happy Valentine's Day as well.
Well, hello. Happy Valentine's Day, Divine. Thanks for dropping in.
We gotcha. A bufferin. Do they still make those? I don't even know.
I think they do.
Okay, Aloha Toyin, I know you're typing your question, right? You are up. And then Mama T, Angel Rivera, Brittany, Comfort K, Gina, Sinelli, Apple and Eve, Acel, and Divine You. We'll give a couple more minutes.
It looks like it says "Hey DUI," but I know it's DU with a exclamation.
Well, hey, and now that we got so many people watching, please remember to like our page.
Please.
Like our page. We really appreciate that. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. We appreciate that even more.
And if you're new here, this is our schedule. We're normally around live streaming twice a week. Today's Sundays 2 to 4, but also Thursdays 7 to 9 p.m. Other programming through the week. I have a show on Fridays. This is pre-recorded, but you're welcome to check it out. It's about the emotional exchanges in your life for the next week. Banshee does the material matters, like she did this morning, which kind of talks over some of the more material aspects of your life. And next week, on the 18th, we will be doing our unique astrological tarot monthly reading, the monthly modality message, which works from a different energy than the elemental associations. It actually works from your modalities. Are you a cardinal sign? Are you a fixed sign? Are you a mutable sign? It does make a difference.
Okay, yes, only us old people would know that, Gina. Okay, I don't know what happened to Oluwatoyin. Maybe we can fit them in if they come back, but we're going to move on to Mama Teresa.
Hey, Mama T.
And we'll see if Oluwatoyin comes back. Try to fit them in. I'm trying to be nice on Valentine's Day.
Well, it does have a built-in time limit. I mean, the closer you come to our ending time, the more likely we're not going to be able to do you. But it seems to me like the basic strategy of getting in is either come early or come somewhere about a half an hour before the end, because people may have moved on and lost their place, and then we'll pick up all the new names that are still left there. So different strategies. You should watch the whole
Divine
show.
You, did you have a question you want us to do and you'll watch later? Just type your question in and I'll make a note of it.
Yeah, go ahead and do that, of course, if
Yeah.
you have to leave.
Because you are at the bottom of the list. Oh,
Okay, let's use my Nefertari.
well, your husband did get a job, right, Mama T? I think you said that last time. I hope that's still true. Some things are turning around, but I know, after you've gone through such a difficult period, it can be difficult to find the joy again. And, it's going to be really interesting once this whole COVID crisis is over and everybody dealing with the fallout,
I think some of that could be, of course, some of the astrological. We did have the new moon recently, Thursday, I think it was.
And Mercury's still retrograde.
Mercury's still retrograde.
The 20th. It
I
goes
often
direct.
feel that for me, Mercury does kind of play with some of my emotionality. I can't exactly quantify that, but it just makes me feel like I emotionally feel different about some things. And then when it passes, it seems like that kind of resolves.
Let's throw 3 cards on that.
Okay, you're shuffled then.
All right. Now this deck fits my hands
Awesome.
perfectly, Mr. O. All right. Oh.
Okay, Mama T. We have the 9 of Wands. Whoops.
What is it? The Nine of Wands?
The Nine of Wands, which is upright.
Okay, I'll write that down.
You have Judgment, Major Arcana number 20.
Okay.
And then you have the Ace of Wands. So you have some really good cards. Despite your feelings, these are mostly really good.
They're mostly good, but I will say one thing. I think the Nine of Wands is speaking to how you feel right now. You know, you feel like you've been through hell. The Nine of Wands is a card of preparedness, but you know, in the traditional deck, it's showing a guy standing with all these wands stacked up there, ready for battle, but it looks like he's already been through battle. So, I mean, of course, you're feeling a little bit shell-shocked. You're not all that with it. However, the Judgment card is there to tell you that, you know, all things considered, you know, you get what you give, and hopefully things will turn around. If you've been, you know, if you have been performing right action and due diligence in your life, things will turn around. And look at that. That's the Ace of Wands, which indicates something new and positive is going to be charging into your life soon.
It's mostly enterprise related, so it seems to me like something's going to lift the tide, lift the boats in the tide. It may be referring to what's going on with your husband, that maybe things are ultimately going to pick up, but it seems like plans are moving ahead. Now, to me, I like the picture here because it's this rabbit or hare, not quite the Monty Python one, but maybe so, because he sort of is challenging that snake there. And the idea, I think, is that he's winning a lesser power against somebody that's maybe a little bit more dastardly. That's the message I get from the Nine of Wands, is that whether or not you feel ill-matched, you are not necessarily. You mostly have to believe in yourself and have some confidence there. And I think that's also what Judgment is giving us too, because Judgment is saying your spiritual resolve is strong.
Yep.
And that in some ways you feel like you have been given a new lease. You have been given many things to think about and plan for. So I'm thinking things will alleviate.
Yeah, the Ace of Wands indicates a much brighter period where, you know, you feel more creative, you feel more alive, you have more energy, energy returns. So I think it's the beginning of something more positive, a cycle that will be more positive for you, Mama T. You just got to hang in there and, you know, try to do things that pull you out of the depths of what you're feeling right now. Look at some of the positive things that you have in your life. You know, we all have people and things that we have to fall back on that have our back. And, you know, focus on that. But let me go ahead and do
the Lenormand.
Lenormand on this. Oh, how'd that card get there? Whoops. All right. Right. See, you know, I think all of that comes back, you know. Sometimes, though, it is true that no matter what, sometimes bad things just happen to good people, and, you know, we have to ride it out. We have to make the best of that
is a possible
situation.
reflection of karma. And a long time ago, somebody I knew who I think was more Hindu than not, I don't remember exactly, they said that karma can only be enacted on the earthly plane. You have to be alive in order to deal with your karma.
So we have the letter here, which is communication, oftentimes in writing. And then we have the lady. We had the man last time, we have the lady. And so basically the lady is indicating, you know, I think this is for you. You are looking directly at some news coming to you. And I have a feeling it's positive, and I have a feeling it's about that Ace of Wands, you know, something that will pick up your spirits and will really help you move forward now with things in a more positive direction.
I have the sun on the bottom, so I think that's really a good sign too. The sun says...
I'm just asking you to give me the cards.
Oh, okay, yes. No, I totally agree with Banshee here. I think you're looking at good news, and it's probably related to these cards. So hang in there, Mama T.
Yeah, we're wishing you the best.
And thank you for your good work.
And thanks for what you do for others. That's really wonderful. Hey, Angel Rivera, you are up, and then Brittany B, Comfort K, Gina, Sonali, Apples and Eve, Acel, and Divine You.
Sonali, we do have you on the list, so you will get a reading.
Yeah, you will get a reading. We have you on the list, Sonali. You are Okay, after Angel, there's 1, 2, 3 people in front of you, Sonali. So 4 really total.
Yeah, we're just moving through. All right, typing. You betcha, Mama T, because we're all in this together, and so we're just going to share, you know?
You know, I've been letting my tea get cold here, Mr. O.
I have not been letting mine.
In my nice Aries cup.
Mm-hmm. So it's your deck
A
this
card
time, right?
and a peek at the underneath. Okay. It will be mine. Ugh. Make you shuffle a fat deck, Mr. O.
Oh, you say that like it's a problem. Well, I guess it actually is. And of course, for those who don't know, I have a new show. It's the shortest reading we do. It's about 10 or 15 minutes long. It's on Wednesdays at 3, and it's called Goth Tarot. And it's just a look at shadow things in your life through some specific decks that feature more dark tinged imagery. It's a collective reading for everybody, though, so check it out. Like I said, it's a short reading, 3 o'clock on Wednesdays. I want Banshee to do the opposite one. Bliss Tarot.
Let's see. Goth Tarot. Love and Light Tarot.
Pink Fairy Tarot.
Pink Fairy Tarot. Uh-oh.
Hello, Sunman.
Sunman has arrived.
Hello,
I knew
Sunman.
it. I knew the time would come. Let me move the chocolate before
Hello,
he destroys it. All right, Mr. O.
Oh, and we're talking about Sunman, and nobody can see him because I didn't have the camera set up.
Oh, that's right.
Sunman joined us. I know, Mama T. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, he wanted the underneath. Well, let's do this one first. Well, Angel, the first card drawn is the 6 of Wands reversed. That's come up in a reading. And the underneath card is the Queen of Cups reversed.
Oh, dear.
Somebody, it could be a woman in your life. It could be, suffering a setback of some sort, some disappointment, some setback. Something that maybe she thought was sure to come out one way actually comes out another.
It's possible that maybe her response or her application towards this project or this thing was deemed as more emotional, or that not based in enough rational things. Maybe that was a factor, or that she just didn't react well to that news. Hello, Sunman. Hello there.
Hey, Dr. V, we'll get you on the list. Good to see you. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Yes.
Happy Valentine's Day.
It's pink and red.
Love is everywhere.
So we've got that. Let's do the Lenormand on this, too, and see if anything else might pop up here about the situation. It's kind of interesting. So I don't know if this is your significant other. I'm not sure what this is, but maybe you'll get a clearer picture.
He's Okay, so we have the house.
Might be about news coming to the home. Something coming to the home.
Coming to the home,
or connected with the home in some way, or where you live, your apartment, your home environment. But it definitely does sound personal over work-related, Angel, for sure.
Yeah. And this could just be a quality. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a woman. This could even be about yourself, perhaps? Or what do you think?
Well, it could be. So if that was the scenario, then it would be something that kind of upsets you emotionally, something you were hoping would turn out, something you really wanted to do, but, there's setbacks, there's delays, there's something that's blocking
it's a setback of some
progress. And you're going to get news about that coming to the home. So I hope some of that makes sense for you. But in a way, I hope it doesn't, because it's not all that great. It's just something, a little bit disappointing. That's what we have for you, Angel.
Thanks, Angel.
Happy Valentine's Day to you and yours.
Thanks for everything.
Hey, Brittany. Brittany, you are up, and then Comfort K, and then Gina, and then Sonali, and then Apple and Eve, Cell, Divine You, and Dr. V.
Yes, knock on wood. Thank you. Oh, there you are. Okay. Okay, well, I guess that means I should use my Mermaid Tarot, since I try to use that for the more romantic possible readings. Thank you for your question.
Romantic life. How do we want to do this? Do we want to do the one where we do see if who's coming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So we did come up with something that is more specific to the idea of who is the next one and some general qualities about them. So we're going to try that.
Yeah. Does that sound good for you? Just to see or do you just want generally what the immediate future holds?
When we ask it more specifically, then it seems like the cards seem to support that as opposed to casting out generally for the romantic. But we can do it either way.
Why don't we do it generally after all? Wait,
Okay.
let's see. That sounds good. Okay. Let's try it and see what
All
we
right.
get for you, Brittany. All right. I cut.
Yeah.
You know how this works, right? Which
Oh.
one do you got there?
I keep going, right?
Yeah. You got to find a court card.
And there it is. The Knight of Cups.
The Knight of Cups upright. Wow. So it sounds like, whether male or female, whatever we don't assume, is this person is going to be a water sign, and they're going to be very, very romantic, I think, in a lot of ways. Emotion-based person, somebody who thinks with their heart as opposed with their head.
The reading predicates on the idea that we're looking for a court card that represents that next possible person
you
but
meet.
the Knight of Cups itself does talk about romantic things or loving things coming into your life. So this is kind of like, as Gina would say, a twofer.
Right. So definitely this is a romantic-minded individual. So now we do the
Next major arcana.
Yes. It's kind of like, what kind of karmic thing draws you together or plays a role in your relationship?
We do it reverse too, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay, kind of fitting because we were talking about a romantic person who thinks maybe more with their heart. We have Temperance reversed.
Okay.
So maybe this is a person who really is very emotional kind of person. And if it was a water sign, I could see that being true. Some of the water signs are hard for men or women to be because they do bring a lot of emotionality into your personality.
So since this is about, that particular position is about the relationship and
We're not done.
kind of an overall theme, I feel like that card indicates that, this relationship might upset the apple cart for you a little bit here, in that you might have to make some changes in your life. There might be some disruptions to your routine, to the way you do things, and maybe it's just going to be a period of getting to know this person, and working out the kinks between each other. There might be a little bit of tension and stress.
Now there's one more card, and it's the very next card, and it basically says...
It's basically about the future and what this relationship looks like, going forward.
So I tell you this so you can cross your fingers if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Four of Cups.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
That's
Well,
nice. That's
I don't
nice.
know what that means. I think that means it might have some staying power. You know, the Four of Cups, this person has got lots of opportunities being offered to them, but they're not taking them because they're happy where they're at, maybe. Or they're in a period of trying to sort things out. So I have a feeling this next person that you get involved with is going to be giving you a lot to think about, as to what is this the one, for example? You might actually be thinking about that.
Now, in the context of this reading, I think that Four of Cups also says that this relationship or this person gives you a lot to think about, that they just fill you up with much to contemplate.
Oh, okay.
This is the kind of person that maybe you could say, like, oh, I have all these options. I could do this with this person. I could do that. I could build a home. I could build a career because of the nature of your partnership.
I feel like this is a real emotional connection that is going to be made because you've got, the 2 cup cards here, and temperance in its own way is a very emotional card. So I feel this is going to be a real emotional connection, this next person that comes into your life.
And hi, Maxie Milano. We can put you on the list. We think we can do that. So it is a little bit long. So we'll get to you, though.
I just don't like the way he jumps up like that.
I don't know if it's the momentum thing.
It's the momentum thing.
Yeah.
It is.
Isn't he just adorable
He doesn't
as he
mean
moons
to be
the camera?
destructive. Wow, I got 2 opposite cards here. With the Lenormand. We've got the coffin card, which is kind of silly looking in this deck. And we've got the anchor card. And, well, one is about stagnation and one is about release and endings. And so maybe what you're really thinking about here is this person. We're talking about temperance reverse there, Brittany, and I'm wondering if there are some major changes or shakeups or things that are going on in this relationship that make you wonder, should you stay or should you go? Let it go. So I think this relationship is going to be a very interesting one.
The anchor talks about things staying in place, but the coffin was first, and the coffin talks about things ending. So it could be that as it could be symbolic of just saying you're ending your life of being single, because maybe this next one will be the one, or has a certain level of staying power to where you're going to stay there. Might be nice.
Okay, so that's what we have for you, Brittany. I hope that helps. Hope you like that reading that we came up with. And Comfort, you are up. And after Comfort's Gina, Sonali, Apple and Eve, Acel, Divine You, Dr. V, and Maxie. All right. Well, we still got over an hour, so we should be able to cover this list, I think.
Think so.
I think so. Sunny, sunny, sunny.
You're so fun, son.
Yeah.
He really liked me doing the squitch on his cheeks.
Hey, you're welcome, Brittany. All right, call again for Comfort K. Give another minute.
Comfort K.
Oh, let's go back to the Golden Girls. Yeah, apparently the batteries are shot and I'm out of triple A's, which is a mystery to me. What happened to my battery supply? But the snow will fall here, and it's unfortunately a very bad day. I wish it were a different day. But, all right, I don't know if Comfort K is gone, so we're going to move on to Gina. You are up. And then after Gina will be Sonali, and then Apple and Eve, Acel, Divine You, Dr. V, and Maxie. So what you got for us today, Gina, for Valentine's Day? Ah, clever, Gina. Well, I've got the Golden Girls, but do you want to do anything else, Mr. O, or should we go with it? Let's go with the Golden Girls.
Sure. And then he puts the Karma music deck back.
Here you go.
All right. He is so sweet today. I wish he would just settle in and just stay.
Really?
Instead of back and forth, back and forth.
So good, this tea.
You like it?
I do.
It's pretty good.
It's lemony.
All the lemon.
All right.
Oh.
Oh, you were supposed to cut.
Well, I don't have any room.
Okay. Well, we didn't do a yes/no on this. I know you want to know if
Oh,
you
I see that.
if you are in his head. Yeah, I did see that. Well, Gina, what do you want? You got the Nine of Cups, the Wish card there. And guess what came up again? The Six of Wands upright this time. But then we have the Three of Cups reversed. This is kind of typical of, I think, what maybe is going on between you and Ed, in that, you know, your fondest wish there is that you are in his head. And look at that. There's the Victory card, the Six of Wands again. And the Six of Wands is telling me that you are in his head. You know, he thinks about you. He does. But is there anything to celebrate there yet? The Three of Cups is reversed. I'm kind of sad about that because I just don't know that, you know, he's willing to act on his feelings that are in his head.
See, I don't know how the perspective goes with this here. I don't know if that's you making that wish or if that's him making that wish.
That's true.
I sort of feel it could be him in a way. Having said that, the Three of Cups sort of says that maybe he would have a negative opinion about the likelihood of his wish, or that maybe he feels that his wish isn't really what he should be wishing for, something like that. I don't know. But I sort of feel like this is an idea that you are in each other's head for sure.
Yeah, and I like what you said there about that Nine of Cups. I mean, it could very well be that he wishes things were different. You know, he wishes things were different because he does think about you in a very positive way. But the Three of Cups is complicated, you know? And it's looking as though he can't act on these feelings at this time. That's what it looks like.
So let's take a look at the Lenormand.
Let's take a look at the Lenormand, Gina.
And my Sun-In is so beautiful right now.
There he is.
Beautiful. Ah, interesting.
You know, I was going to say that. Great minds think alike, eh? I was going to say three's a crowd. All right, let's see. What can I say about Ed? Look, we've got the ring here. And we've got the fish.
Uh-oh.
He's committed to his job. He's also has, how should I say this? Too many commitments in his life.
That's probably what it is.
If you know what I mean. Because sometimes the fish, you know, there's so many fish in the sea, so to speak.
Yeah, I don't know how to say this without throwing my gender under the bus.
Oh, do so, Mr. O.
Well, I think a lot of men are like that. I don't know Ed, of course, but I think a lot of men are maybe variable when it comes to commitment. I'll just say it that way.
Yeah, he's just got too many things going on to commit, And
Well, that explains it better than I could.
wow, that was very interesting. I
Me
have to
saying that?
say. What?
Me saying that?
Well,
Or
the
you
whole
meant to-
reading, I thought he's a dog. Well, wait a minute now.
But you're going to give him a biscuit. Let's face it. He's not a dog that doesn't get the reward if you are involved.
I don't know about that, Gina.
Oh, you didn't have to take that away.
Oh. Oh, Papa Squirrel's having a Valentine's Tarot deck special on his, I don't know if he's going live now or soon. That was interesting. It just popped up on my screen. I like Papa Squirrel's videos and things. He's very cool. So, Sonali, we're up to you, and I think you wanted a divine message for your sister's marriage, who's a Cancer. Now, are they actually getting married, or you want to know if and to who they're getting married? If you're still with us, Sonali, that would help if I knew that. And then we have Apple and Eve after Sonali, Acel, Divine You, Dr. V, and Maxie.
All right.
Oh, there you are, Sonali. So, can you let me know, is this about somebody your sister is marrying? Okay. Okay. All right, you want to use the deck?
Is it my turn?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to use Tarot of the Cat People.
Oh, I've been seeing that deck from some card readers online lately.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
And once upon a time, this was literally my favorite reading deck. It was my reading deck for years. I used to take it to read wherever I went. And then it just mysteriously vanished.
Had to get him another one.
She had to get me another one. I couldn't figure out where it was. I have this feeling that it's somewhere in this house. And that means it's actually going back to 2 moves.
Kind of like the keys he lost. And then I
So
found.
they're under your car seat?
Are they in my car?
But you didn't have that car back
yeah,
then.
we had a different car back then.
We probably have been through a few cars since then, because this really happened a long time ago. Probably close to 20
okay.
years ago.
So not married. So many proposals are coming. All right, let's see if we can look at the outlook here.
Maybe they need the fish card.
I don't know. Well, there's said so many proposals coming, so what will the outlook be? Let's see. And she's a water sign, a Cancer.
Oh, so you believe the bark will arrive today. I thought you were indicating that you had just sent it. That's okay, because I am really jonesing for it, I told you.
I would not have bought the eclairs for today if I had known he had candy and the bark was coming. He told me today it wasn't coming.
I thought I misinterpreted your reading, I guess. But, so I guess, oh, never mind. It's like...
Mercury retrograde, what can we say? I'll
Okay.
just have to do some extra exercising.
This is for Sonali, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we have 3 cards. We have the reversed 2 of Swords. The reversed Hermit.
Ah.
That's not a shrinking violet. And then the reversed 3 of Swords. How interesting.
Huh. Wow, none of this speaks real relationship here. Although the Hermit does seem to think that, make me think that, yeah, that's talking about all these offers coming in, that this is time for her to be open to receiving these offers and thinking about them seriously. And the 2 of Swords reverse seems to indicate that now your sister is ready for something. It seems like she is ready to make a move. The 2 of Swords reversed is not a negative card. The 3 of Swords reversed, actually, because it's reversed, is not negative either, because it's kind of showing a healing or a feeling of, my heart is strong enough now to move forward in my life with marriage or a new relationship.
I'm actually getting a really different vibe, and I'm actually wondering if there's some doubt about whether they really want to be married. And I don't know necessarily if that's your sister or if it maybe is the person that they thought they were getting involved. I just sort of feel there's a sense of a doubt there. And it might be because, to me, that Hermit is sort of saying maybe they're moving from a position of comfort to discomfort, or
Well,
that
you
they're checking on that.
The two swords there, Mr. O, makes me think that in a way too is like, is this a good decision at this time? Does your sister feel pressured to get married, for example? Is there any pressure, that she's feeling that she has to do something now that she may not feel completely ready for? It seems to me she might be more ready than she realizes, but if you don't feel the time is right, the time may not be right.
Well, the Three of Swords reverse could also be indicating in my mind that maybe there's a past situation of conflicting emotions that hasn't totally healed yet. That maybe there's just some sense of anxiety a little bit about relationships, or based on ones that they've known, whether they were in them themselves or just an observer. Sometimes you are around people that you feel like, why are they together? Because they don't seem to care for each other. Sometimes that may influence people's attitudes about marriages or things. I'm not saying that's absolutely what happened, but I just sort of feel like it feels like there's something there. What do you got?
Well, I get the feeling she might be moving towards something here because we have this garden card, which to me indicates these offers coming in. Like you said, they're coming from a variety of, directions. And look, we have the ship here, which is movement and travel, which also means making a move, which to me kind of lines up with that Two of Swords reverse there, Mr. O.
I'm actually wondering now if, because there are some proposals, a number of them, and I don't know the nature of them, but I'm wondering if any of them would involve a commitment to moving away geographically from a comfort area. I was talking about comfort before too, and so maybe one of these involves big changes, and so it's hard to say, well, I'm just going to say goodbye to everybody I know because this person wants me to move hundreds, thousands of miles away.
Right. I could see that in a way that an offer comes from somewhere farther away, that she would have to make a move. The ship is definitely about movement and travel, on a physical level. But, looking at it in other ways, one could say some move is happening towards, I feel, making some type of decision about a marriage or a proposal.
I'd say ultimately that's how I would resolve it, is that there are some anxieties, there are some doubts, but that they are moving towards this decision, and the one they make may actually be the one that will take them a distance away, that there may be travel or more movement involved.
I will say this, Sinelli, right now, that those cards are very, in my mind, a little bit bordering on the neutral side. I'm not getting any good or bad vibes from what I'm seeing there, other than the fact unless she's feeling pressure to make a move she's not ready for. That's the one thing I feel could be going on here. Mr. O is looking to see if something is out there.
Where is it? Where is it?
He thought maybe the bark had arrived, but no bark. No chocolate bark yet, Gina. So anyway...
It might be in our mailbox, who knows?
It could be, well, if it's coming today, it probably would be out here. So they will be delivering it that way. So, at any rate,
we could do a special extra live cast today with me getting the bark and eating it.
Since I ate the eclair in front of you all. Yeah. So, all right, that's what we have for you, Sinelli. You might want to check in with us again on this. Maybe, as we can look a little bit more specifically at what their future husband might be. We could do that other reading we just did for somebody else and try to project that. But just looking at this and the way we asked the question, I feel that she might be leaning towards a decision. So, let's check that maybe the next time you visit.
Make no mistake, though, there is definitely a lot of thought about this. This means a lot. This means a lot to
Swords are thought. Swords are cards of logic and thought.
So that's what we have, Sinelli. Thank you.
Yeah, I sense a little bit of confusion. I mean, I do, and hesitancy to move, but it looks like a decision is coming on one level or another, either a yes or a no on it.
I want bark. I want
Well, good luck
bark.
with that, Sonali. And we are on Apple and Eve.
All right.
You know, Sonali, maybe at the end of this, if there's time and you're still here, maybe we could do a quick yes-no just to see if she should accept the offer from the Taurus for you. But I want to move down the list a little bit first before we do that. So if you can't stay, maybe we'll throw it at the end and you can check the end of our live stream.
Okay.
Okay,
Sounds
Apple and
nice.
Eve. There's still time for it to arrive, Mr. O.
But will I have hypoglycemia before?
You're welcome, Sonali. Any message, general then, any message that wants to come through. Was that your deck?
It was my deck.
Right. All right, put this on.
The Kama Sutra.
I just like the colors on this one.
The colors
I
are
don't know
really
why.
fabulous. They just have a richness about them that sort of seems earthier. You know, it's like
Maybe.
it's not a flamboyant richness, brightness. It's like I don't want to say muted tones, but I like the coloring.
All right. There you go. Shuffle.
I could be dead before 7 p.m. Dead from lack of bark.
It's really sad.
You know, I have few vices that I can say I'm proud of or I'm not. I'm proud of this one. Because the bark is bitchin'.
All right.
Wow, definitely a message.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Maybe more than one.
So there's the Knight of Wands upright. Huh. Mirrors and echoes. I was just looking at the words on that. The Page of Cups is reversed. And Judgment is reversed. So, you know, there might be some news coming to you about an enterprise or a venture of some sort. I feel that, you know, it seems like something is coming towards you. Something growthful is coming towards you. But it might mean that you have to, you know, you might have to sacrifice something for this. I don't know why I'm getting that feeling. I know Judgment isn't reversed, isn't necessarily a card of sacrifice, but it's also, you know, talking about things like what you sow, you will reap. You know, so in other words, to bring this thing into fruition in your life, there may be something you have to give up that's going to affect you in some way emotionally.
I think it's a message coming to you, and I think the message is coming from the idea that you want to look at your intuitive abilities and maybe reapproach or relook at some of the spiritual concepts that maybe this is a time for you to really get into some more spiritual things that are personal to you about maybe how you feel, where you go from here, or what your missions or goals are. Because I get the feeling like maybe there's a change coming for you in how you feel deep inside empathically about what your mission has been. I'm just suggesting that maybe you're thinking you're at the time now where maybe you want to reevaluate what your mission is or how you are going about your mission.
Well, that's really an interesting point there, Mr. O, because, yeah, I do see the page, you know, to me is about the intuitive qualities more than the Judgment card. But the Judgment card is kind of like, are you really getting out of, your talents and abilities and skills what you were hoping for? And I see that Knight as, you like what he said, tweaking things to make something happen, to make something more growthful happen.
I also think, too, that I guess in general, this is just really talking about you understanding yourself intuitively, but also maybe more on the surface, because I think that maybe you relate to your missions or goals in life on both of those levels. Something that's more practical level, and then something that maybe is the more intuitive. And so maybe this is about figuring out where the synergy is.
Mr. O's gotcha this time, E.T. Did you see the, yeah.
Do you think so? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I think he got that one. Yeah, very good. Good
Thank
observations from Mr. O.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness, though, E.T. Or Apples and Eve. Where do you see this?
Oh, the sun.
And this.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think you can get much of a better combination here in the Lenormand. You've got the success and the light of the sun combined with the synchronistic luck and timing of the clover. I think what it's saying is this is a good time to challenge yourself and reassess and do the things that Mr. O suggested, because success and timing and luck are on your side.
Well, I was talking a little bit about some of this empathic or intuitive feel for that. The sun sort of burns that away in a way and sort of says what I said most recently, the idea that some of this solution lies in a more practical view, a more realistic view, rather than the empathic one. They're both good, but maybe this is going to be served best by really being more practical, because that's where you're going to see where the quality of luck and cycles is going to play out in your life. And I think this is what you're going to find out in the near future.
Yeah. Woo! Wow.
I'm tingling now. I'm all tingling.
Deep reading, Apples and Eve. So you never know what you're going to get when you just ask for that, oh, just tell me what's out there kind of question. All right, so let's move on to Acel. Acel, you are up, and after Acel is Divine You, Dr. V, Maxie, and we'll throw in that extra question for Sonali. And if anybody's come back who missed their turn, we'll see.
All right. And it's 317, but that doesn't mean anything. Nor does 217 or 117.
So... okay, thanks for that, Mr.
Well, actually, it breaks down to 11, which breaks down to 2.
Oh,
so
there you go. Wow, he dove up from the other way.
Hello there.
Sunny sun.
There's no reward for this.
Are you mooning the people in the camera?
Yes, he is.
Come on now. Up, that's it. Knock my snow globe down to the ground. That's how I feel about this snow coming now. Bad timing. Or maybe it's good timing. We'll see. I need to sort things out more before I go to that appointment. All right, so who's up? Where are we waiting for? We are waiting for Acel. Hey, Acel. Come on, I know you're out there.
Or not.
Sonny, that was kind of rude. He clamped down on my hands while I was trying to shuffle.
Oh, you bad boy, you. What's up? So what's our Valentine's Day dinner tonight, Mommy? Leftovers.
We had very unromantic tuna sandwiches for lunch, but they were good. Stuck some cucumbers in there. It was
Ask
awesome.
any mermaid you happen to see.
And I don't know. Yeah, Texas has been getting the weather. Holy cow. That's been crazy over there. But I think we're about to catch up with everybody, really. I think we're going to get hit this week. I have a feeling about this weather pattern, which I haven't had in a while.
Oh, we have a sales question.
We do?
Right?
There it is. Alabek still love me and contact me again. Okay, let's see.
Okay. Are you going to use that deck?
You know, I just used it, didn't I? And it's
Yeah.
your turn.
So
Go
let's
ahead.
use mermaids.
I think we should do a yes/no on this.
Okay, we'll use the Mermaid Tarot,
Yeah.
my sensual, romantic, emotional feel deck. I just love the pastel colors and the soft art.
Now, I would consider that deck a little more muted.
I sort of considered a pastel, which
What are you
can
doing?
be
I
muted.
didn't shuffle yet.
Oh,
Give me that. Well, that's neither here nor there to this reading.
Mr. O is also known as Obi-Wan.
Oh, I used to live in Texas. Ah. Well, we visited Texas once, and the temperatures when we were there were like
Mucho hot.
104 or 5 or 6.
No,
and
it was higher than that.
might have
and
even been higher.
we were there for a
109.
convention in Dallas, Fort Worth area, and we heard that
can't
they
shuffle.
were in the middle of a 5 or 6 day streak that was possibly going to break a record that had stayed at that level for that many
Stay
days. And then somebody in the hotel said that if the temperature doesn't hold, Texans will be upset that they didn't win that record. And I thought, but it's too hot.
All I know is that when I went outside and sat with some people who were by a pool, my nostrils were burning as I was inhaling the air.
This
And I'm
was
like,
nearly
this was
10
no
years
fun.
ago, 2011. And it was a convention we were at, and it was a nice hotel. I don't remember what hotel chain it was. And nobody could smoke in a hotel, so all the smokers in our entourage would go out to the pool and smoke. And if we wanted to talk to them, we'd go out there too. But we're like, how can you sit in 114 degree weather and smoke a cigarette? Just saying.
Of course, we're not used to that. You know,
This was a
people
yes
who
or
are
no,
used
wasn't
to
it?
it's another thing. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Oh, no. No.
Yes.
Sorry, that magician. I'm getting used to those cards, so I know when it usually pops up.
So it's leaning towards yes. We got 2 aces. The action card is the 5 of Pentacles, which is upright.
What are you doing?
I'm looking at their question.
Oh, okay. I'm just asking.
It looks like that is a possibility because the answer is leaning towards yes.
All right, here's the situation. So you got 2 aces. It's leaning towards yes, but we have this 5 of Pentacles there, which is not a really good card. So what I would suggest to you, we're on Sinelli, right? No, we're Sel.
Asel.
Asel. So what I would suggest to Sel is don't put all your eggs in this basket. Okay, number 1. Don't be too needy and how should I say this? And just like waiting for this to happen. That's one way I could read that 5 of Pentacles. But the other way that I could read it is that it's possible that this person will come back when they need something from you.
That's
or they're
right.
in a very needy state, you know? So at that point, you're going to wonder, are you here for me? Or are you here because you have nowhere else to go? And I just got to throw that out there that way, Asel, because this card is rubbing me that way.
I'm sort of leaning towards that myself, and I did before she even mentioned the first part, that maybe it was more likely you. I do feel that maybe this sort of is a gestalt, that this could represent the fact that you both still have feelings for each other, but you need to really sort that out and decide where it really is or what is really able to happen in your life. There may be so many different circumstances that are keeping you from being together. And some of that could just be also too the sense of security that you could find with each other, or the sense of completeness, or the sense of safety and things like that. So Banshee's going to throw a Lenormand.
I'm going to try now that I've moved Sonny a little bit. Stay there, son. $17-50. Wow. We're still in a cold snap here. I mean, it's not as bad as it was, but it's not that great either.
It's been mostly below freezing for days.
And the nights have been in the teens with wind chills in the single digits.
I don't mind that so much, except some nights I work till 9 p.m. and then I got to go out to the car and I had to pull snow off of it. I'm just lucky, really, because I'm only less than 10 minutes from home. Whips. Whip. Oh, it is multiple. Whips. That doesn't sound like a... Never mind. Heart.
Well, so I often wonder sometimes if things are in people's best interests or not. And when I see the whip with the heart, it to me, it may indicate, well, it could indicate two things, because you want this person maybe to contact you again. It could indicate that suddenly this person could appear in your life, because the whip happens fast, so suddenly, all of a sudden, they're there. But the whip has other connotations that are not that good, and in particular, where relationships are concerned. A whip can be violent, and I'm not going to say that this person is violent, but what it means to me is there could be arguments, there could be disagreements, there could be no common ground. And so I wonder too if that's the case here is, you have to resolve whatever it was that broke you apart maybe, in order, or they have to come to terms with it in order for them to really want to, return.
Right. What it says is that although we're saying that maybe they will contact you, there's this idea that there's a neediness on either or both of your parts. Mm-hmm. And then that could result in maybe making too quick of a decision.
That's true too.
About how to go ahead, which may or may not work. I mean, I'm not saying it wouldn't work. This actually sort of indicates like maybe there would be some better outcome.
So that's what I'm saying is, should they contact you again, be very careful just with, making sure, everything is on the up and up with Ollie Beck. And I would say that don't wait for this to happen, don't wait for this to happen, and don't put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. It may be that, and oftentimes anyway, I always say, when you divert your attention to somewhere else and someone else, people tend to pop back up again in your life.
Yes, and there's sort of like a little bit of a tinge with that, with the Five of Pentacles, that it is about some things from the past. So
that's what we have for you, Estelle, and you are very welcome. We're going to move on to Divine You. Hey, Divine, are you here? Because if you are, I think you did say...
Leave us a question, right?
Yes.
They were going to be...
You had a Valentine's date, and is this person serious? Ooh. Well, I don't know if we should do a yes, no, or should throw 3 on that.
Let's throw 3.
Okay, all right. Was that your cards?
That was mine.
Okay. Let's go to the Golden Girls.
You're welcome. And our final Sunny Cam, perhaps, in ecstasy, laying there. I think he's asleep. I think he fell off. I don't know why. But
his eyes are open.
Oh.
Wide. He's just kind of...
Is he watching the screen?
I think he's watching the screen from upside down.
You silly boy.
He's seeing that screen move.
And
the camera.
then he saw himself, maybe.
I have that delay. Hey, we're doing pretty good. We should get through all of these. We just got 3 more.
Oh, yeah. What?
He was ready to kick you. I
wouldn't
saw
do
that.
He wouldn't do that.
I think he would.
No, he wouldn't.
I think he
No,
would.
he wouldn't.
Let me grab that.
So divine, if they're not here, it comes at the hour and a half mark.
This is a really, really tough reading, Divine. We have the Ace of Cups upright,
Oh dear.
which looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Looks like the start of a new relationship. Then why do I have this 3 of Swords upright?
Mm.
And the 9 of Wands reversed.
So it could be saying that with the start of a new relationship, there's some pain there. And it may be because maybe some things are triggering for either of you about the past, but maybe more likely that person. They may be represented as a person who sort of has given up in a way on certain respects. So they may not feel like a strong, secure personality to you. They may feel like they're not assertive enough for you, perhaps.
Well, I'm not sure here. I feel that something new is definitely, they definitely have the intentions of some seriousness here with starting a relationship with that Ace of Cups. Now, it might be that this person is operating out of a position of heartache. Maybe they're rebounding from a relationship, possibly. But, I'm not really sure. Maybe what this is saying is there might ultimately, even though this person might be serious in starting a relationship with you, Divine, you may find that this relationship has strings attached, some heartache or some disappointments about this person that makes you feel like letting it go and giving up on it. The 9 of Wands reversed, to me at least, indicates sometimes throwing up the white flag of surrender, It's kind of like, I'm done with this, this isn't worth the fight. They would take to keep it going. So, it might start off really well, but I think that there may be some problems along the way that make you reconsider the direction of the relationship, whether this person is serious or not. I'm going to try the Lenormand on that.
Yeah, I feel that there's a sense of somebody is being triggered by their past or by heartbreak, and I'm thinking it's more likely that other person.
And it may, it may be that, and it may be what kind of makes the relationship kind of difficult. What if you get involved with somebody who is just out of a relationship that they still have feelings for? That's a difficult thing to deal with. So this might be the case. I'm just not sure. Because sometimes, people are so caught up with the relationship they left behind that you feel like you're the third party when you're really the new party and where they should be going. But here's what I have to say about it. We have the moon here and we have the tree. I feel like romance could blossom in time, but like I said, there may be some struggles here. You may want to quit before you get started. But should you not quit, this has the potential to grow into something. There is some potential here for growth. Or maybe going through the motions and being with this person will grow you more as a person.
Well, this is kind of odd coming from me, maybe, because it's not how I sort of feel about you, and I'm not going to try to be demeaning here. A prospect here, maybe that could groom, but I'm actually wondering if maybe something about their vulnerability is what attracts you to them, or may seem attractive, that the fact that that they are kind of a wounded soul in a way, or that they're not as commandeering in their life, that they're maybe a little more gentling in a way. Maybe that is kind of okay for you. Because I do sort of feel like what Banshee says, that there is something to grow here. And so maybe there are some rough spots But there is something to grow here because it is that Ace of Cups.
Yeah, yeah. Right. And that's the start of something. So, yes, I think this person has some serious intentions of checking you out and wanting to start a relationship. But I don't know, like I said, there are some issues. So just take it slow. Take it slow, Divine
All right,
You, and
Divine.
good luck with that. Things have been going your way lately, so I don't want to totally make this a downer reading. There is some potential here. Hey, Dr. V, are you with us? Because it is your turn if you are. And then Maxie, Sonali, and we're done, unless somebody else has come back in the room. I know we didn't get to read for Oluwatoyin. Elizabeth is her name. And then also Comfort K had left. So if either of you two have come back, we can add you back onto the list at the end. That's a lot of number combinations there, Gina. Holy cow.
I like it when I look at the clock and I see 666. So never.
Right. I was just going to say, when is that exactly?
Some twisted universe. It's not this one.
He must be, yes, space-time traveling again.
WandaVision,
Ah.
which is now considered the
We'll
most
give Dr. V
popular
a couple
show
minutes
on
since we have the
TV.
time.
Oh. That's right, Sonny. Smell the hair. It's very clean.
It is.
Don't snag it. Mommy won't like that.
Okay, well, Dr. V may be gone, may return. Let's move on to Maxie. Hey, Maxie, are you with us?
Hi, Maxie. Are you here?
He likes the old nose rub, too,
He does. He's sort of unusual from subcats. They don't like a whole lot of face touching. Hi, Maxie. You're on.
Okay, so go ahead and type your question.
Do you have a question or just want a general reading? Just let us know what you want.
Don't knock over the microphone, Mr. Sunny.
So it's my turn. Let's see. Maybe I'll use
Excuse me.
the Nefertari again.
Yeah, he said, I think it was a week or two ago when he DM'd me and said he was going to come that Sunday to the show, but he didn't make it. I told him we missed him, but we understood. I'm glad he's doing great.
I've been wondering if he's just really busy.
Relationship-wise, you mean?
Yes.
Wink, wink. Yeah, I don't know. I do
Okay,
not
and
know.
thanks for the question, Maxie.
Not to be daft in the live stream. You
have
are
failed.
never that, Gina.
You have failed, KC.
No, you are never daft.
Oh, wait, that's what I did. He told you to tell me not to be daft in the live stream. Too late. Okay, so that's a nice question. Do you want to do that as a yes or no for Maxie? Or 3 cards just to see what it shakes out like?
Let's do the 3 cards first, and if it seems ambiguous, we will do a quick yes, no.
All right.
All right. There he goes again, only to return in about 5 minutes.
Okay, Maxie, your first card is the reversed Major Arcana, the World, number 21.
Okay.
And then we have Major Arcana 12, the Hanged Man. And then finally, we have the upright Seven of Pentacles.
Well, I really don't see the movement in 2 months because that was your question. It seems as,
Maybe
and you know,
longer.
the job markets are tough right now with all the COVID things going on. Because really, that hanged man sounds like they're hanging around, you know, to me. They're kind of stuck in place, but in a different way. I'll get into that. What is the first one? The World
World
Reversed,
Reversed.
which to me, again, indicates I think more time is going to be needed before that move happens for you. And the Seven of Pentacles upright is kind of like taking a pause, though. You know, I'm not going to say you're going to leave your job before you have another job. It's more like, well, maybe I need to step back from this a little bit and stay where I'm at for a while and think this through more, or wait till the job environment gets better for hiring.
Okay, to me, the Hangman and the Seven of Pentacles
They go together.
Have reflective qualities
Yes.
that are saying maybe there's a time to reflect on what's going on or what's happening. Along with this reflection is maybe the idea about when you really discern what you may be giving up for this or not. And so maybe that's still a question to you, or that will present itself more as a question as you get closer to the 2 months, that maybe what you will find is that although the world isn't perfect for you, it maybe is better to stick. I'm sort of agreeing with Banshee.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's not going to be 2 months. It could be later, but I think you need more reflection, maybe more readings from people or yourself, and maybe you need to really understand every aspect or the major aspects of what you gain, what you lose. Like make a list. This is what I gain with this job. This is what I lose.
You know, with that Seven of Pentacles, I think what it's also saying in this case is to, you know, take a step back or two and look at your talents and skills more, and maybe think of other ways that you can apply them. Think outside of the box to different types of jobs and careers that could really inspire you. Because I think the Hanged Man, you know, kind of begs you to take a look at things from a different perspective, you know, some different way of looking at your talents and your skills and what types of jobs you should be applying for. And like I said, with the World Reversed, it just seems like this is still not, the timing is not quite right yet.
Right, because I'm thinking that when she spoke a moment ago about the Seven of Pentacles, that it actually says to me, too, that taking that time for more reflection or discernment sort of plays into the idea here, too, that time is more on your ally than not, that you have achieved a sense of completion. It may not be exactly what you want, but it is giving you a base to be in and to mostly be comfortable, and it is allowing you this moment to maybe consider really where your path is going to take you.
Well, I know usually when we want to change jobs, we're unsatisfied with something. It's either the work environment, it's either the salary you're getting, you don't have enough hours, you're working too hard. There's usually a valid reason why people want to make a shift and change. But I think that the time is not quite here for that, and you need to think about it a little bit more. And let's see what we have here.
Divine, we did your reading about 20 minutes ago or so. So if you back up in the track, it was kind of interesting. So you'll want to look for that. Okay, the Man and the Moon.
So the man could just be reflective, you know, the man and the woman, they could just be reflective of you, whether you are a man or a woman. It's kind of like the people we're reading for, their card. I feel that that's the case here. And I like the way that man has that telescope and he's looking at the moon. What will bring you success? What is it you're really seeking? What will complete you? Now is the time to really reflect and go for the things that really, really will complete you. Don't settle for just another job to get away from something. Look for something that is really worthy of your talents and your strengths and abilities.
The Moon is, from many perspectives, a very fruitful, favorable sign, especially in fortune telling. But that hair on there sort of reinforces the fact, maybe in a more major way, because the hare, the rabbit, those are considered lucky creatures too. They're blessed by the moon in some myths or folklore. So I'm thinking this is really saying, like we said before, take the time to look. Take the time to look and observe and try to reason where your path should go, because it's there for you. You just have to make the right moves, I think, and make sure you're making the right moves.
I think it's a matter of time. I hate to say it.
More
I think
time.
it's a matter of time. And I know you may not want to hear that right now, but that's what it looks like for today, snapshot in time with the tarot.
The moon, of course, is about cycles. The moon cycle is about a month. So it may be saying that this is a cycle longer than what you're hoping or you're able to see right now. I think that's probably... So thanks, Maxie. I hope that helped.
So I'm just going to ask quick if Dr. V is back. Dr. V, did you get back here? Because if you are, we'll do you before we do one more for Sonali. We've got Sonali at the bottom, and we're going to ask a yes/no question whether she will should accept this proposal from the Taurus. Let's ask it that way.
And you're welcome, Divine. I hope you like that. I hope you see that and like it.
Well, let's go ahead and do Sonali's,
Okay.
and then if Dr. V comes in
we
or
can just go
anybody
ahead and do
else,
that.
we can...
So can you remind me about Sonali?
So basically, Sonali, oh, you're welcome, Maxie. Good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
And
You are welcome.
basic question was that she's considering strongly a proposal from a Taurus, but is very confused about it.
Yeah.
So let's ask if she should accept the proposal from the Taurus, a yes/no.
Okay. And look at that. We're still on the clock here at TFT.
Right, we're wrapping up, so this is pretty good, pretty good.
Are we having the leftovers?
Well, I did bring home those
The
things
meatballs.
too, yeah.
Because the other day we had a wonderful Thai food
did.
pickup. We picked it
I'm
up.
good with the leftovers.
I know.
if you want.
From a neighborhood, well, it's the next city over, Coastal Thai. It's really a wonderful Thai food restaurant. And I just love this soup they make called tomka, which is kind of like with coconut milk. And, so flavorful. Love it.
All right.
Tomka.
Mr. O is hungry. and
But
still,
for what?
And still no bark,
Knowledge?
Gina. Still no bark. I don't know if he'll make it through the night without the bark.
I might have to bite. It bites not having bark.
Nice job.
I'm trying.
Now you know how I feel with the Karma Music Tarot.
Hungry like the wolf.
I can't get that bottom card. Why not? All right.
Yay, yay, yay. Ah, no, you shouldn't have told me that. No.
Well, Sonali, yes, I'm doing it right now. You just came back in time. We are
she just
doing
finished
it right
just
now.
Let's show them.
What we asked is if your sister should accept the proposal from the Taurus, which is kind of interesting here because I didn't really get an earth sign card, but it's leaning towards yes.
It's leaning towards yes, Sonali.
We have the King of Arrows here, which that's really more air sign oriented, but you know, it's leaning towards yes that they should go with the Taurus, and there were two upright aces in this reading. Now, it's not a definite yes, but I feel like this person has a lot going for them. They're very fair-minded and balanced, and it seems as though they're intellectual in some way. There might be a little bit of, how do I want to say this? I would say they're not a very romantic sort, the sword cards.
I think they're a doer. I think they're a practical
Yeah.
person. I think they have incredibly sound mind. Whether this comes from being Taurus or just the other qualities in their chart, I think this is one she would want to consider.
Yeah, because I think they'll do well for themselves. They could be, if they're not involved in the legal professions or some law area, they just have a very fair and balanced attitude. They're
Yeah.
very smart. And so I think that they probably will do pretty well for themselves.
So the other idea too is that if they were interested enough to propose in your sister, then there's something there that's between them. There's some idea that they appreciate each other, that he certainly appreciates her.
Oh, the President's Day. And he's always happy about President's Day because he seems to work at libraries that close on that day. I never have.
That's actually most libraries, Banshee, except for
No, not
your crummy
academia.
academic ones, because there's no rest for
Well,
whoever they
there's
are.
rest for the retired librarians.
You got to retire before I did.
No. I'm doing a Lenormand really quick to add to that, Sonali, so
Yeah.
hang in there.
One more. Well, I think I know what I want to say there.
I feel in time, it's going to take some time for them to if they do get together, Sonali, the child, child is small things. And I think what it means is, in this case with the dog there, that, slowly over time, they will become more compatible with each other. There'll be a certain loyalty to each other and also a compatibility. They'll become like friends as well as a married couple. But to me, that doesn't happen immediately. It seems like it grows with the relationship.
I'm going to say exactly that myself, too. Love and loyalty over the range of time. Not like 20 years, but,
Yeah.
sooner than that, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that this would probably be the proposal in their best interest.
Well, I don't know about the other proposals, but if that's the one she's considering, that's what the tarot has to say today. That's what we have for you. Good luck to your sister. Yeah, exactly, Angel.
I was blessed to work where I did work at because apparently there was a strong union there, and they actually got one more holiday a year than most other companies got. And I don't remember if that was the swing one associated around Martin Luther King or something like that. But we got like 13 or 14 actual paid holidays.
Well, and then he reminded me that I get the week, between Christmas and New Year. So I guess that makes up for some of the holidays. But it would be nice to have those disparate days off during the year.
I'd rather
just
take
saying.
a stretch of holidays off. And see, I never got that at my place
That's
because I
true.
was in a rotation to come in, because the holiday weekends at the libraries were generally long weekends, and so somebody had to come in and kind of empty out the book carts so that it wasn't a massive overflow. So I have actually worked on Christmas Day or similar holidays because it was my turn in the rotation, and I went there and did about 4 hours of work.
You're welcome, Sonali. Wish her luck.
So no Dr. V?
No Dr. V? Nobody else? I guess we are almost done then, I guess, because we are at 3:53. So one announcement is, of course, that the monthly modality messages is coming. So that will probably come out either, well, I guess whatever
The 18th.
The 18th, yeah, on the 18th. And we probably will have some more poetry going. Did you have any more poems written?
I have one more poem for Tuesday.
To work on mine.
And then I have to have another one for the last Tuesday in February. So don't forget to check out the Valentine's Verses, including yesterday's edition of Banshee's Loving Limerick.
My little dreamy limerick, I guess.
It was kind of dreamy.
So anyway, I hope everybody's had seven ocean sky. You want a general for next month? I guess we could do that for you. Sure.
You're our last reading because it's going to be 5 minutes.
We'll do that for you. Why not?
Thanks for coming.
Wait, I'll get the comma.
Wow, you're kidding. You don't get Labor Day? Oh my goodness.
Oh man. No kidding.
That's kind of rude. All right, Seven Ocean. And we're using the Tarot Sutra for your reading. Just had to show those buttocks or whatever those are.
I know, you're just showing the back side of the cards for some reason there.
For the vicarious thrill of it all.
Okay. Someday we'll have a web page. I need to focus more on it. I've had some things in my life that have pulled me away from it, but hopefully we'll get back to it. It is coming.
I see. Complicated. General reading for Seven Ocean Sky. First card is the reversed Eight of Swords.
And then we have another 8.
Another 8, the Eight of Wands, which is also reversed. And then the Six of Cups reversed. So lots of reversed here.
Well, this is a toughie. Only because Seven Oceans, I feel here that maybe something from your past, that Six of Cups, reversed, is holding you back, is stopping you from moving forward, moving out into some new situation or relationship or whatever in your life. It just seems like you're holding on to something, or just whatever happened to you in the past is making you hesitant to break free and move forward with your life now.
Well, I'm seeing it a little bit differently from her. I do feel that there's this past thing that is sort of happening for you and or in your next month or so that maybe it's preoccupying your thoughts. But I'm also thinking there's this twin quality of feeling like whatever that is, this revelation or this thing that you finally understood, it sort of releases you, but it sort of gives you a caution to proceed slowly too, or to really consider where you have been, what it did to you, what it changed in you, why it may have really impeded or slowed down your plans. And so, yes, it is something from the past, and I think you need to try to frame it in your mind as something that you do really need to release and move ahead, but trying to really get the most knowledge or sense out of the situation.
Yeah.
That's going to be the challenging part, I think.
It might be, I'm not sure if I'm repeating you. I might have missed something there because I was looking, we got Poetic Past. Hey, we could probably fit in a quick reading for you if you want Poetic Past. We're about to shut down, but you would be the last one. So let us know. Happy Valentine's Day and Chinese New Year's to you as well. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, Seven Oceans, that, you're wasting energy and time on whatever this is from your past. It's time to let it go and free yourself from that to, move forward in maybe a different direction.
It could be saying, too, that this is what this next month ahead is for you, is that this is the release and moving ahead from some past situations that had been kind of bogging you down. So I'm sort of seeing that very much as maybe the more likely scenario here.
I'm trying to get my Lenormand out and I'm having problems. I have 2 decks in here. Okay. All right, there it is.
So we're going to do a Lenormand quick reading for you, and then we're going to move on to our last reading. A great comment about moving ahead. What? I guess you lost me, Gina. I'm in the moment of... Okay. Seven Ocean Skies, we have a tree from the Lenormand.
Oh, that's interesting, Divine You. Divine You must have looked at the reading. Because we have the Three of Swords in that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, and then we have the tree and the bouquet.
Wow, that's really, really positive here, Seven Oceans. I feel that,
So maybe these are things you are passing in this month because they're being replaced by more growthful opportunities and gift.
The thing is to appreciate the present over the past. The present is the gift, I feel. And, you need to grow, pull yourself up and lift yourself up from those past experiences and move forward, grow.
I'm going to say that's pretty much what I feel too, and that this is really, you're resolving whatever these issues are in this next month, and you're moving ahead.
I see now, Gina, and that makes perfect sense.
Oh.
Sorry, we have that delay here sometimes. And okay, Mr. O. So that's what we have for you,
Doesn't
Seven
somebody
Oceans.
say dat butt or something like that?
Okay, a general 2021 forecast for Poetic Past, and we'll call it a day. Let's do one of your decks.
Hi, Poetic. Thanks for dropping in.
One of your decks, Mr. O.
What was the
for
question
that?
again? General?
Yep, for 2021.
Let's do the cat people.
Okay. Since the cat is here.
Sonny, will you give it your blessing? Give it your blessing.
Oh, it was so cute on Twitter today. Somebody had their cat pull a card or pick a card from the deck, and it was really adorable. I said the person needs to put them on retainer or, give them on salary.
There'll be some extra catnip for you tonight.
I thought it was very cute. Yes, now it's turned into an R-rated live stream, I'm afraid. Thanks to Mr. O and his...
Scorpionic tendencies.
And also his present for me.
Let's pull those boxers down and see that brown butt.
So some of that might have related to you more than the other person. That's than about the other person, Divine You. That is interesting. You must have caught on to something there.
Most of us are a little stuck in our past.
We are all adults here, I think, Angel. I think.
Adults.
Even though I'm very childlike.
Made with genuine, unadulterated ingredients.
All right.
So this is a general for 2021. You have the Eight of Swords. Only this time it's
again.
upright.
Okay.
You have the Queen of Wands, and she's upright. And then you have the Five of Pentacles, which is upright.
Ah.
So you're getting a mixed bag here a little bit. Mostly what I see is that there are some difficulties in the next year. You may feel like things are really holding you back, and yet at the same time you may also feel like there's something eluding you that you think is the answer, and it kind of is depressing because you can't quite get there. It's eluding you. But in general, your qualities are really about retaining people or retaining a certain sense of magnetism with people. So you're really good with people, but you sort of feel like you're bogged down by some circumstances.
Well, I'm looking at that Eight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles together here. Is that, and 2021, it maybe there's hope on the horizon for things to get better with the COVID virus and things like that. But we're still operating in a very difficult environment, probably for a good portion of this year. I mean, it's already February, and things are still kind of rough out there.
So this is a metaphor for things still being
feel
contained.
like, there's a sense of feeling still trapped by circumstances. And that's what I feel with the Five of Pentacles there is, you feel kind of trapped by circumstances. But the one thing about the Five of Pentacles that is a truth is they're walking past this lit building or whatever, and there is a door there, and maybe all they have to do is open that door for some opportunities to present themselves. And so I think what the Queen of Wands is suggesting here is that maybe you have to be a little bit more aggressive in your approach to making things better, conditions better for yourself in the year ahead. Whether it's you need help from somebody, with finances, resources, whether it's you're looking for a job, whatever the case may be, that you want to break free from what has been restricting you, you have to kind of take a hand in that and a role in that and aggressively pursue, whatever it is you need to do. It's going to be on you this year and how it turns out for you.
I think that's really smart, Banshee, because I think that beyond what you said with the Queen, these other two cards really talk about people holding themselves back in some ways. The Eight of Swords really is the card of maybe you imposing limitations on yourself. Now, in a year of COVID, that's probably necessary. But then the other limitations maybe are sundering your emotional capacity or sundering your feelings for people that you want to be closer to, whether they're in your family or friends, people you already know. A lot of people are just going crazy because they're not getting any kind of human contact. So, yes, I think the key is you having to put out a little bit more assertiveness. Queen of Wands really is that kind of energy. Okay, so we have the Scythe, our friend the Scythe. And then we have a ship. And the ship is on the good side of the Scythe, not the cutting side.
Well, I'm not sure what it means here. I think what it means here is that, again, these difficult times, if you want change and movement to occur, because let's face it, the Eight of Swords is about kind of being stuck in place, and so the ship is about movement. But if you want that to occur, you're going to have to cut through whatever it is you need to cut through to make that change happen. There has to be action and there has to be movement on your part, because the Eight of Swords is, again, it's a card of like, well, here I am, I'm trapped by circumstances. But no, you are trapping yourself in those circumstances. The Eight of Wands is about, there is a way out, you just don't see it. So you're going to have to think about that, yes?
So if you're going to be thinking about how you can emulate the Queen of Wands energy, think of the Queen of Wands holding that scythe and just sort of hacking away the problems that they're coming up against.
Right. The obstacles in your path.
It's also, the Queen of Wands sort of has a natureful attitude, and the people use scythe to mow down lawns. So the metaphors just sort of work as like, this energy allows you to wield the power to make those changes in your life. So you need to embrace that kind of energy of the Queen of Wands.
So, Poetic Past, it's not going to be an easy year, but you know what? You could do a lot to make it easier. It's up to you, it seems like, this year. So, good luck with that. And we're done.
We're done.
We're done.
4:07. That's 11. Gene, are you still here?
Oh, thank you. We appreciate that.
Oh,
we love the love.
I love hearing that. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Poetic.
And we love all of you, too.
Even this one. Well, especially that one.
He must, because he's always coming back for more.
We couldn't get rid of him if we tried.
Oh, and we would never do that. So I want to thank everybody for spending Valentine's Day with us today. It's been great, and we've had a great time, and we hope you have too. And
so call me maybe.
And we will be awaiting for Bark with bated breath here. Mr. O will be watching the door, and I'll just be relaxing.
We'll have to probably send you a DM picture of the arrival.
Mr. O jumping for joy.
A ripped open package and it's empty already.
So thanks, everybody, and see you next time. Bye-bye for now.
Bye. We love you.